Oh, welcome again, beloved. Moses here, just trying to bring you some leadership nuggets, okay? Leadership nuggets and leadership secrets. Now we're talking on loyalty. Today's topic is loyalty, okay? I'm going to be doing loyalty for the entire week because as I look around and people say, "Oh, I'm loyal, I'm committed," I've realized that most of us are not actually loyal or we're not actually committed. That's what is happening. Loyalty is lacking, and that's what is happening with most of us. Loyalty is lacking. Okay, so and our attitudes, our actions, and everything doesn't really prove that we are loyal. Okay, so I'm talking today on a topic: never be afraid to offend those those people who you lead. Now I hope this teaching will bless you. You can follow live. It's live, going on live right now on a different page. Never be afraid to offend those you lead. Now, what are you saying? That's a loyalty test. Now, whenever you are afraid to offend the ones you lead, you cease being the leader. The first thing is, why are you afraid to offend them? You're afraid that they will leave, they will not support you, they will castigate you. So then you are actually not the leader. Now, I am not saying intentionally offend them because they were not the ones giving the vision. They don't understand the vision. It will take time for them to gravitate, to buy into it and settle into it. The only person you should be afraid to offend is the one that gave you the vision. I'll say this again. The only person you should be afraid to offend is the originator of the vision, and that person is God. He gave you the vision, He called you, He commissioned you, and He raised others to follow you. Now, the ones that are following you, your duty is to give them instruction, is to instruct them in the word, instruct them in the vision. Yet, many of them will be offended. John the Baptist pointing to the Christ, preaching the coming of the kingdom of God. Everybody went to him. He said to them, "Who have warned you, bunch of vipers, to come?" Warn you. Call them vipers. Vipers mean poisonous snake. Every leader in the Bible was never afraid to offend the ones they led. But however, they did not offend them intentionally. Jesus said to Peter, "Get thee behind me, Satan." You don't understand the vision, you want to control it. Peter said, "Jesus, you can't die, you can't go nowhere." He said, "Hey, get thee behind me." So this one what is here for. In the Garden of Gethsemane, they took a saw and sliced the man ear. Jesus put the ears by. He said, "If I wanted to fight, I could ask my Father to send me legions of angels." You don't understand what is happening. All you have to do is to follow. I say again, never be afraid to offend those that you lead. If you don't stand for anything, you fall for everything. As a leader, you must be principle minded and you must defend, protect, and uphold the vision at all times. The ones that will get offended and leave, they were not meant to be a part of the vision. The ones that will get offended or cause a revolt against you, they were not meant to be a part of the vision. Listen, your loyalty will be tested on all fronts and at all levels. I say this again. Your loyalty will be tested on all fronts and at all levels. Job, God decided to test his loyalty. He said to Satan, have you seen my servant Job? Oh, he said, okay, you can take everything minus his life. Job's loyalty to God was tested till he lost everything, yet he remained loyal. And his wife came to him and said, curse God and die. He said, how you sound like one of these foolish women's lady. I can curse God. Why? Because I am loyal to him. All over in the scriptures, loyalties have been tested at different levels, at different occasions, for different reasons. As long as you are in this ministry, your loyalty will be tested. Sometimes you are fasting, you are praying, you are doing everything right, and out of a sudden, God will allow your loyalty to be tested. Things will happen to you that you've never expected to happen. God will permit other things to happen to you that you never expected to happen. He will allow, not permit, he will allow or permit other things to happen to you. You see, God's permissive will is different from God's perfect will. So, in order to enter God's perfect will, he will allow his permissive will to test your loyalty before you can enter his perfect will. Loyalty. You know, I was just coming to the office and the Lord told me just now, and I'm teaching from what God told me. He said, never be afraid to offend those that you lead. You are the leader. You are the vision carrier. You are the vision bearer. I entrusted you with this thing. I entrusted you with this thing. It is you I entrusted. How can you be afraid to offend them? Their responsibility is to follow, to obey, and to submit. Yet he said, I'm not saying that you should abuse them. I'm not saying you should do things intentionally. But when it comes to the vision, don't be afraid to offend them because they will get offended. They will get. So we are, my Oma is calling me. We are moving on this light, okay? And I will tell you times and times again. This teaching is very short. We're going to go into details as the day goes by. So every day I'm going to write different thing. I just got this fresh word from the Lord saying, never be afraid to offend those that you lead. You know, don't offend them intentionally. Don't offend them intentionally. Don't offend them. Uh, don't offend them intentionally. Don't offend them. Don't do crazy things. But however, you have to stick to the vision. You have to be committed. You have to be dedicated. You have to be loyal to what God called you to do. We talk on Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. He said, if I wanted to fight, I would call legions of angels. We talk on Jesus to Peter. He said, get thee behind me, Satan. We talk of John the Baptist to the people that follow him. He said, who have warned you, you bunch of vipers. We talk of God to Job. He said, have you seen my servant Job? Take everything minus his life. Even Moses was tested. Peter and Judas were tested. What about them was tested? Their loyalty was tested. Okay? Their loyalty were tested. And so because of this, your loyalty will be tested. And I want to encourage all leaders, do not be afraid to offend the ones you lead when it comes to the vision. Because you hold the originality, the details of the vision. You hold it. You hold it. If you are not careful, they will lead you astray. They will lead you another way, and your vision will crumble. And God will hold you responsible. Well, believers, again, I'm Brother Moses Achandama, senior right here, Honors of Pastors in Delaware. If you are in any of our churches community, you are invited to join us and worship with us Wednesday. Broadville and Kakata is 5 p.m. and Bible studies, and in Clinton, Delaware, it's 7 p.m. Bible studies. Friday, Brother and Kakata, 5 p.m. prayer meeting. In Clinton, Delaware, 7 p.m. prayer service. And our Sunday service at the same time in every country. If you're in any of the churches community, stop and worship with us in Broadway. Minister Margaret Kofa is holding the hem of authority there. In Kakatan, Minister Jerry Mobile is there, and the humble servant is right there at 100 South Banter Street, Clayton, Delaware. Brother Moses Ashandamasina. Yes, still, if you are in any of our churches community and have your home church, we encourage you to go to your home church and lift up the hands of your pastor spiritually, prayerfully, emotionally, physically, financially. If you are not in any of our churches community and don't have a home church, we encourage you to go to the nearest Bible believing church. Tell the pastor, Brother Moses, send me. Lift up your hand prayerfully, financially, spiritually, emotionally. Wherever you find yourself, make sure you are moving the kingdom of God. Again, from Clayton, Delaware, we love you with our whole heart, man. God bless you. God bless you. See you tomorrow, right at the same channel, the same station. Keep on sharing the word. Keep on being a blessing. Listen, let's reach out to as many people as we can. Loyalty in these end times, in these last days, is what God requires of you. God bless you, and I love you. Brother Moses, right here, brother.